have here a very fresh Shu Pu'er, just out of the pile, can we say, right?
Yeah, it's right out of the pile. It's not.
It's not
It is right out of the pile.
Is it the first time that you drink something like this?
It's the very first time. I never had this.
So we don't know what to expect. Of course, the color is different. It's a little bit darker and trüb in German. How can we say that in English?
Yeah.
Like opaque. Like you cannot see through because it's not been cleaned up yet. It's not been filtered out with all the impurities and the powder. And
So she washed it like 3 times.
she washed it 3 times just to make sure that it's at least a little bit clean.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a ready product. Would you say that it's not yet as clean as a press pour, or
It's like, I must say, like for me, it's very much like, it remembers me very much of like fresh bread, you know, like not the taste, not the taste, but it's like, you know, the taste, like fresh bread, you know, when it comes fresh out of the oven, it somehow has a freshness in it, you know. You don't have it in the, you don't have it in the,
like freshly baked.
exactly, you don't have it in the, you know, in the, like after 1 hour or after half a day, you know, when it is cold, when it was, like when it's set for a time, you know, like after 1 day, the bread is, somehow it's not the same.
Okay.
Like there's a freshness, you know, there's a freshness to it.
I think that, I mean, this comparison with the fresh bread is very matching, right? Because also, bread is not flour, it's already a processed food, right? But even if it is processed, it can be fresh or stale if it stays there for a minute, right?
Exactly.
So,
So it's pretty much like, it just tastes like Shu Pu'er.
yeah.
But there is some, I don't know, there's some freshness to it. It's really a bit different, I would say.
Also, the level of fermentation here is not, I mean, super excessive. You know, it's you still see a lot of colors in the leaves. I would say that there are also Shu that are darker than this.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, those are our, you know.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, very
really,
first impression at the first cup.
I must say, yeah, that's really.
Our first fresh Shu cup.
Let's have more.
Let's have more. And if you ever come to Yunnan and have the possibility to visit, how can we say, a shoe factory, we are here in the Shu Pu'er factory, also ask them to take a little bit of tea out of the pile, especially if you are lucky like us. We are right at the end of the piling process. They pile it for 56 days, and now they are not spraying any water, right?
It's in the drying process.
Is it in the drying process?
It's basically, it's already dried. They said.
It's still piled up.
But it's still piled up.
Yeah.
But after the fermentation, they keep it in the fermentation room, and they dry it there. So they have to move
to move it around the leaves so that not only the surface is dry, but also everything inside.
Like they have to stop the fermentation process, and they just like let it naturally dry.
Yeah, they have a fan in the room to move the air around, and then when it's completely dry, the last thing is just grading, sorting, cleaning it up, as we said, and then they will just press it into cake. For that, you will need also some water to make the leaves soft again, and then they dry that in special rooms like big oven at very low temperature. They dry the cakes and they are pretty ready to be wrapped and consumed. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you guys.
Wonderful.
See you the next one.
See you next time.
In later brews, we noted that the taste was somewhat flat, not very complex. And she explained to us that this is because the batch is just from a single place and a single tea garden, a single harvest time, and so on. While later on, different type of terroir, different harvest times, sometimes even different harvest years are mixed together in a recipe to bring out a specific taste and the complexity that usually we taste in Shu Pu'er.